All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I see Debbie was here early. She's already busting out the questions. Yeah, wow, it's interesting. Wow, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of controversy, a lot of conflict. Uh, as I said in other people's chats, we're only as good as the intel we get or the information we get. Uh, First off, let me check. Debbie, can you hear me okay? Can you see and hear me okay? All right, Debbie Fox says, Yo, Johnny, oh my God, it's nuts. There's another shooter on the loose. I cannot unsee this new view. You're right. Finally, let me get back to reading here. You're right. I don't think dude was only one there in bad intention or with bad intentions. Yeah, I know. But what we're getting is conflicts. Hopefully, you folks can hear me okay. Uh, let's go ahead before we get started. All right, we'll get a little fire coziness going and we'll talk about this. All right, now a lot of people are saying that he didn't have body armor on. And we're going to show you something. Either Charlie Kurt was Superman himself or he had some kind of protection on him because all signs are showing that the bullet did something. His shirt did something. And before the shot, I think you will see in some of this that it does appear something is underneath his shirt, whether it be a wire for a microphone or whatever it may be. I was in another chat and they were talking about is it possible the vest he had on was rigged and it went off? It was a vest with something in it and it went off. Who knows? It's possible. How come I'm the only one that keeps an open mind? That anything is possible. With our technology today, anything is possible. And what I'm going to show you is some video from X. So we're going to take a look at that. It's pretty graphic, but we're not going to show all of it. We're just going to show the part of the impacts of where. I mean, this just ain't adding up. And I'm an idiot, and if it ain't adding up to me, then I imagine it's not adding up to the professionals. No, you can shadow block me. You can try and confuse me. You can try and hack my channel and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Try and wreck my concentration or whatever these people do. And that's fine. Go right ahead. But the fact is what we're looking at uh, in these footages only adds up to two things. Either the first reports we got that he did always wear body armor, although you couldn't see it. Like I told you, we've been working on body armor for many, many years. And all it is a shirt. Yeah, there's body armor that is made like that. It's just a shirt. Don't have no plates in it or nothing like that. It's a different kind of fabric, a different kind of material, and it's woven within the shirt. It's crazy. And we're going to show you some of that on this channel here tonight. And Miss Debbie, are you back? Are you back? Man, that is so crazy stuff. Yeah, let's take a look at this X video. In the beginning, before he's even hit, let's see if we can see anything under the shirt. Okay? Let me see. Hold on a minute. Let me find this. Let me see what we can see. All right, now let's look. All right, now I don't know if you can full screen this. I'm going to full screen it. I don't know if that's any better or the other way's any better. But this is before he gets shot. Now, it appears to me that something is going on here on his right side, right below his collarbone. You can see some kind of a circle here, and then there's a black spot on top of it. And this is before he even gets hit. So, can someone explain to me what is going on here? Are we seeing some kind of a crowd control machine and it's like radio waves hitting him in the chest and it's making his shirt wave in the wind or whatever? I don't know. Was there a wind? I don't know. Maybe it is the wind that was blowing against the shirt and it was making the shirt flap. I don't know. But to me, right now, looking at that, it looks like something is under his shirt. Debbie, what do you see? Right here, there's a black spot on his. Well, if he's facing us, so that would be on your left side as we're looking at him. There's an abrupt angle right here, almost like something right up in here. And this is before he's even hit. So, what is it? What the heck is it? If he ain't wearing a, a some kind of a vest or bulletproof shirt or something. Okay, we're also going to show you something here real quick. I'm going to pop that off and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you. No, not that. Hold on a minute. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Can you guys, I hope you can't see that. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I don't know what the heck that is. That's crazy. Need slow motion video put out. I'm trying to find it, but it ain't showing anything. It's just showing a slow motion thing, but it actually ain't showing a video of it. All right, hold on. I'm opening way too many tabs. Let me stay focused here. Debbie, I'm going to look and see if I can find what you sent me with the shirts. Here they are. All right, let's check this out. These are bulletproof shirts. New bulletproof shirts that are out. So is it possible he had a bulletproof shirt on? He's not Superman, folks. Bullets don't bounce off of skin. I don't know who these guys are. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you one more time. We're only as good as our intel that we get. If our intel is wrong, we're all wrong. And it's the same thing on a tactical team. If you got people out there spreading lies and a bunch of bull crap and they don't know 100% And these are our intel, right? These big channels that, hey, this is what happened. All right, okay, we'll work that into our segment that our intel is good. But in real life, if your intel is coming in is bad, well then we all got bad intel, and that's how things get mixed up. These are shirts that they make, no body armor in them, no plates or nothing. It's just a shirt. So is it possible that Mr. Kurtz had one of these on? Well, heck yeah, it's possible. Look, there's even one with a hood sleeve shirt on. Debbie Fox told me earlier that Mr. Charlie Kurtz wore a sweatshirt like that all the time and a hoodie. And that very well might have been bulletproof vest or clothing. And yeah, so he definitely had something on. Look at this over here. This one's what, $900, but it looks like you're not wearing nothing. What do I see in the footage of Charlie Kirk's? I see this right here. This is what I see him wearing. Why? Because if you look at the side when he starts bending over, when he gets hit and he starts slumping over to the one side, you see these two straps that come around. And that's what I'm seeing in some of the footage. Now I might be seeing it might be the wind blowing the shirt up. Right, let me click on this here and we'll get a better look at it. There it is right there. Oh, this stupid sex crap and everything. This stupid stuff or whatever. Yeah, it's you can't even tell that you have it on. You can't even you can't even tell you have it on if you can see that. Hopefully folks can see that, the one all the way at the end. So in and even if he didn't have that on, but that's what I think we're seeing possibly. He might have had one of these on all the way at the other end, a sleeveless one that only protected the main parts of your body. And that's what I'm saying, Debbie, is because for the past couple days we've been listening to some people who we thought were professionals and had the right intel, but now today we're seeing that they're saying, "Oh well, we might have got it right or wrong, and our intel might not be right, whatever." And that's okay because you're only as good as your intel. So if the people telling you stuff is don't know 100% or are deliberately sending you on a wild goose chase deliberately, uh, then you're only as good as your intel and your information. Let's see what Debbie Fox is saying. They come in colors including white, also sell hoodies, dress shirts. Yeah, and Charlie Kurtz had money, so I imagine he could have said, "Can you make them with stuff on there like freedom and Jesus is the only way?" He probably had a whole bunch of them, Deb. He probably had a whole bunch of them. He probably had the stuff that you wear underneath the clothes, but the clothes itself and the t-shirts and stuff and hoodies, them were also probably bulletproof. I would imagine. On that video I sent you, that is not a straight in. All right, let's check that out. The video you sent me wasn't. All right, let's look at. Are you talking this video, Deb? That video? Let me post this in chat. This video. That's X. I'll post it in my description. Whoever owns that video, you can people I'm sending people to you. In Jesus' name, amen. Yep, this one. Now, I don't know if I should play this because it'll show, you know, this shows everything. There's no filters on it or nothing. This shows the whole thing. But I didn't want to use. I wanted to show people that to me before he even gets shot, it does appear that there's something underneath his clothing, whether it be a sleeveless shirt or something. I think it's this that we were looking at. Now let me take this off because I'm going to get to another part and I'll show you folks. But I'm going to play this. He puts the mic down. Okay, okay. Now I'm going to show you this because there's nothing major in it. It's the impact point. So I'm going to show you this, and you can see something's up. Now we know Charlie Kurtz was a human. Debbie, can you see that when I'm? Oh, does the screen go black every time I click on that dang thing? Yeah, I know it shows the whole thing, but it's in slow motion. So let's watch him. He answers the question. Boom, he gets hit. Now look at the whole shirt lifts up, but something is going on here. See all this massive movement right here. The whole shirt, everything. I think the whole shirt and maybe the body armor shirt that he was wearing underneath, the whole thing lifted up. And how do you explain that, folks? I can't explain that. There's professionals saying, well, we were mistaken. I can't explain that because why is his shirt lifting up like that? If he had no body armor on, a 30-06 from 200 yards would have went clean through him, not defragmented or anything. It would have went clean through his chest. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie to these people. It's impossible. The bullet hit him and then reflected off a rib cage. It would have broke his rib. It would have went right through him. A 9 millimeter probably would have went right through him. A small caliber would have went right. If he had no body armor on at all, these people are full of crap. That bullet would have went right in him and through him. If he had nothing on from a high-powered rifle, are you kidding me? Come on, bullets don't. Here we are with the Kennedy thing again, all over again. The magic bullet. What am I seeing right there? A chest shot. That's what I'm seeing. Now, if he didn't have body armor, an upward trajectory chest shot is what I'm seeing. You can't explain why his whole shirt is lifting off his body upwards. There's only one thing that'll do that: an upper trajectory shot. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Somebody's doing something. Someone's lying. Someone is lying dramatically. It's crazy. It's just crazy. What's all this underneath here? What's all the what's all this rippling going on right here? Can you guys see that? If you draw a line across a sleeveless shirt straight across, what is all this mass under here doing? Where'd this come from? What what is this? Now, let's forward this a little bit. We'll get to the part where he's angled over, and I do believe that's where you can see these straps from the body armor all the way at the end here. You can see these two straps coming there when he starts bending over. So, my opinion, and I'm not a professional, I'm just hearsay. He had something on. Let me see what Debbie's saying. I could not realize what you were saying till I seen this, Johnny. It's either a vest or woven into his shirt. Yeah, yeah, woven right in. That's this body armor they've been working on for a long time. It's come pretty far. Will it help save your life? Well, there's nothing is 100% guarantee, folks. Nothing. You might have got a piece of article or a piece of you can get a body armor vest and it be defective and you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even know it until your life depended on it, and then boom, you get hit and it went right through, right? And then they do the investigation and well, it was defective. Right. So we nothing is 100% guarantee, even with body armor. Debbie says, yes, I can see those straps. Are you watching the video right now, Debbie? I'm going to see if I can get it. I'm going to see if I can get it. Hold on a minute. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a stony Monday night. Stony Monday night. I don't blame people. I would smoke a doobie too and chill out and sit back because this is pretty crazy. So if this is the case, is there another shooter? I don't know. I can't answer that. Something ain't adding up here. They want to say I'm an idiot, Debbie, right? I'm an idiot. I'm a crackhead. I don't know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing. These people don't want to be proven wrong. So they literally will make footage up to make us all be liars. Yeah. And who's going to believe someone with 600 subs or someone with a million subs or, 80,000 subs or something? They're going to go with the big channel, right? Well, this guy must know what he's talking about because look at he's got 50,000, 60, 100,000, 300,000 viewers. Yeah, pretty crazy. Could dude on the roof even make that shot? I don't know. Here's the thing. The one guy is saying the shot could be made. It could be made, but here's the thing: you have to take in consideration. Charlie was sitting on a chair. There was people standing all around him. If you notice where Charlie was, what if you walk out into the crowd? What was it? It was it was steps going up, 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 up. Right? People standing and everything. Could you see Charlie even from that point? I don't know. You might have seen his body, his lower extremities, but you have to take in consideration there's people uh, standing in front of him, and he's sitting in a chair. Well, could the guy have seen him? Yeah. Could the guy have taken the shot? It's possible he might have had an opening. He might have had an opening, seen it, and took it and shot. Did he hit him where he wanted to? I don't know. I'm not a professional. I can't tell you that. Is it possible he might not have been able to get the shot? That's possible. Someone took the shot, folks. Someone did it, whether it was high or low. There might have been two, like other people are saying. That one dude, he just had a pellet gun, right? He was the diversion. Someone sees someone running away with a pellet gun, they're going to think there's the shooter, thinking it's a real rifle, as the people that did the real shooting got away. It's possible. I'm not going to lie to my American people. I'm not going to lie to the American citizen. It's possible. I'm not going to tell them, oh, it's impossible. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a crackhead. You're this, you're that. No, I'm going to tell you how it is, America. Not going to lie. It's possible that the guy was able to get the shot off. One shot, he took it and ran. Other people were diversions. The guy on the roof could have been the diversion. Maybe there was two shots. Well, one with a smaller caliber and one with a bigger one. It's possible. I'm not going to say it's not. These people, it's just impossible. There's no way. Well, nothing is impossible. And it's obvious they didn't have enough manpower there to cover this or enough drones in the sky. People are saying a drone took the shot. It's possible. It's possible. Whether it was a government drone or not, I don't know. But is it possible a drone made the shot? If there was, yeah, it's possible. Why do these people think that nothing is possible? I have no idea. Whenever you include big money or somebody out there that's just a nut job and wants to make a name for herself, anything is possible. Anything. Let me see what Debbie's saying. You said it 2 days ago. Well, I did, but I'm not in it for the I'm number one. I'm in it to help these humans, these people. Anything is possible when it comes to the devil and him covering up his tracks. Anything. 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 Did anyone think that Jesus Christ's own disciples, one of them would turn on him? No, probably not. People probably never thought of that, right? Are you kidding? Them were his disciples, his most trusted. Well, Judas, right? For a couple, for a couple coins, gave thy King of Kings up. Yeah. Now, although it was all part of God's plan, all glory goes to God. So if that happened to Jesus, and Jesus knew it, yeah, anything's possible. Not a side shot, but aiming for the chest and missed. Yeah. Or the only other thing that is plausible is like the one guy, Paramount uh, Tactics was saying, he had body armor on. It hit the body armor and it splintered and it ricocheted off of the body armor and went into the neck. And you know what I would say if they came to me and said that? Yes. Yes. Why? Well, because body armor. But my question is, why is it upwards when the shot was taken from an upper trajectory and the main force is already going down on an angle? Why are we not seeing more fragmentation on the lower halves of Mr. Kirk? Is my question. Right? For one, we need evidence that the bullet even split and fragmented. The only way we're going to get that is these high speed cameras that they were using from the news places and stuff. They might have caught it, right? If it was a real camera, movie camera thing, TV, news broadcasting, that might caught it. It might have. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and you can't explain it. Although we loved Charlie Kirk's, he wasn't Superman. If that was a chest shot and he didn't have bulletproof vest on or some kind of clothing, the bullet would have went right through his chest. We wouldn't see the shirt fly up like that. And we definitely would not have seen either an entry wound or exit wound in his neck. Maybe the bullet went in his chest, hit his backbone or rib cage, and shot up and came out his neck. Possible. That's very possible. Now, Debbie, you're saying you can see straps? Let me check this video and see, Deb. Hold on a minute. I don't know. Something is weird about this. That's pretty weird. I can see point of entry. Is it in the chest? See, he's got to have some. Why aren't we seeing any blood coming out of his chest? We're seeing it out of his neck, is my question. It's in the neck. Okay, so it's in the neck. It don't even hit the body armor. It goes directly into the neck. Why are we seeing so much movement from this chest? And the shirt fly up into the air like that is unbelievable. Why how is that happening? The bottom close to the left side. Yeah. The throat. Yeah. Now either that's an entry hole or it's an exit hole. Which one? Which one? Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on the shirt. I want to play it, but this is the one that ain't blocked, and it shows everything. The extrusions of the body fluids coming out the hole, and it just ain't adding up. Now something is going on here. I don't know if that's his. Did he suck his stomach muscles all the way in, and this is actually his rib cage? I don't know. No, we don't know. Debbie, is there any more footage that we can see? Hold on a minute. Yeah, no, I'm not going to show that. I don't want to show it. But hold on, I'm looking at some other things here. All right, Deb, I found something here real quick. Folks, I'm outside the Overton channel. I'm going to post that in my chat. Copy. Post this up because he's showing a little bit of it. It looks like to me he got hit. And if that's the case, then there's something going on inside his chest or on the outside of his chest that's causing his shirt to lift completely off his body. And now they're saying that they went ahead and did tests on 50 cals and 525s or 30-06 bullets, and it don't create enough wind velocity to do that. Yeah, so now what? You know, what is going on in this guy's chest? I mean, it's not Alien. It's not the movie Alien, and we're waiting for an alien to pop out. Now, either this thing hit him and it went inside of him and ricocheted all over the place. I don't know.
So you can see, you can barely faintly see this as we go back and forth, but we'll get a cleaner shot of that here in a half a second. That is the earpiece flying off. And then, yeah, I mean, like I said, if this was a straight on shot, it wouldn't create that kind of entry wound. I'm gonna pull this out. Hopefully y'all can hear me as I demonstrate. I'm gonna go to full screen. It's not his body armor. What it is his. So he has a mic. I have my mic. Let me make sure that audio is working. Yes. Okay, we're good. So I have my mic right here, and I have an earpiece. And Charlie Kirk has an earpiece in, and I'll demonstrate that here in a second in the camera 3. And so what he's done, and it's actually more comfortable. I give him this. I figured this one out. It's more comfortable to have it wrap around and pinch into a mic than it is to have it drape straight down, because it doesn't pull on you, right? It's loose up here. It's loose, right? I have my mic, and it wraps around the back of my head, and it comes here, and it comes across. And I'll demonstrate I'll show you exactly where it's at here. And it comes across.
You seeing this, Debbie?
My shirt's a little bit tighter than his is, but the point remains the same.
This guy might
That's why his
right.
mic is almost vertical in this frame, right? It's pinched up. It's not flat like most people wear it with the magnet. It's pinched because it's grabbing the cord. And so the cord is, I just had to unplug mine, but let's say he's got it tucked in right here. And he's sitting down, so it's kind of crunched up a little bit. And when it hits, it pops up, right? So you can see the cord is somewhat similar to where his is. Boom. There's your cord. It pulls from the shockwave, and it grabs the shirt and pulls it up. I'll explain that here in a second. And so this is the cord is running down through the neck. It pulls the collar up, and the shockwave pulls the rest of the cord with it. That's why it looks like it's a circle. Let me get situated. So that's why it's a circle. Hopefully y'all heard everything. And then it pulls up, right? And so when it pops,
I didn't want to show the rest of that because it shows. Let me back it up. We might be able to pause it. Now, this guy might know what he's talking about. He might have been wired up with a microphone. That would explain why the shirt, right? The bullet hits the wire and drags the microphone across his chest and whatever. That's possible. That's possible. Not going to say it's not possible or plausible. This guy might know what he's talking about. It's possible. But here's the thing, even that guy said it was a chest shot. Right? He said it seems to him like it was a chest shot. But without body armor, why ain't we seeing a hole in the middle of his chest and blood pumping out that? Now, if it was body armor, then it makes sense that the round fragmented and went all over. But there would be other wounds on him from fragmentation, bullets maybe. And why did it fragment and go upwards? You know, who knows? When the trajectory of the shot was downwards, I don't know. That's why we leave it up to the professionals. Now, I posted this guy's channel in my chat. What's the name of his chat? Debbie, what do you think of what this guy's saying? You think it's plausible? I'm going to ask my mod if she thinks it's plausible because it bounces off the shirt. Well, if it bounces off of the shirt, well, then I would say it was a chest shot and he had body armor on because he's not Superman. He was a great man, yes. I'll give him credit where credit is due, but he was not Superman. And bullets don't move. they continue on. And if he didn't have body armor on, we'd be seeing a different a wound. I think he was wearing or aiming for the chest. Do you think he was aiming for the chest? He might have been. Something happened and he veered off a little bit of wind or something, or got nervous or something, twitched, breathed when he should have been holding his breath. Millimeter of a second, or one click wrong on the scope, and he veers off a little bit. Now he knows he hit his target because he can see through the scope uh, Charlie's reaction. You know, he's looking through the scope, probably goes, "Oh, I didn't get the shot I wanted, but it connected, and I'm out of here." And he got up and ran. Yep, the Kevlar saved his heart, but not his neck. Well, I'll tell you what. Look at the whole way the whole thing is going. Even the impact is lifting him up and to the side, which is which is crazy. It's just, I can see if it was a lower trajectory coming from someone kneeling on the ground or even in the first row. You know, yeah, it hit him so hard it knocked him up and to the side. Yeah, but a full on chest shot straight on, uh, without body armor, we should be looking at a different entry wound. And we're not. And that's what's crazy about it. People are, oh, well, you don't know what I'm talking. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go ask these dudes. But now even them dudes who we thought were professional and number one, and they are, well, we got it wrong. Well, that happens. We're humans. We're humans. Like I said, we're only as good as the intel that we're getting. If people are giving us a line of crap, then we're all wrong. And one place you can't get your intel wrong is on the battlefield. Or what happens when you get your intel wrong on the battlefield? You got a bunch of dead soldiers. And then somebody's in trouble. And society is, we might as well consider it a battlefield. It was more a throat shot. Debbie said, yep. Well, let's see here. Let's listen a little more to this gentleman here and see what he's got to say, because this guy might know what he's talking about. He might be right. And Charlie might have been rigged with a wire for a microphone. And when he got hit, it got a piece of the wire and ripped it up towards, his neck or whatever. And that's why the shirt went flying up like that. That's possible. Or he had body armor on and it hit him in the chest and deflected and went up and got him in the neck. Yeah, that would explain the impact and his chest moving all around. And yeah, something hit him. What hit Charlie? I don't know. A lot of people are saying, well, a round don't. How do we know this guy didn't pack his own rounds? The guy might have been a schizo, preparing for it for a long time, and packed his rounds extra hot. And who knows what else was in it? We don't know. We have no idea. None, zero, zilch.
It's just a little DJI mic. He probably has something extremely similar. All that being said, this is angle number 2, and this is what we are looking at right now. Like I said, this looks like body armor, but it doesn't, because it's the cord kind of catching the shock wave. We're going to roll into, I'm not going to let you watch the leak, but basically it's an open wound. That's an exit wound.
I don't know. Yeah, something ain't right. Something just seems crazy. It just seems crazy. Debbie says she also has to say it. Go ahead, little lady. Voice your opinion. Oh, this guy we're watching right now, he might be right. But then again, in 2 weeks, he might get on here and say, I got it wrong. We don't know. We're humans. Nothing is 100%. Nothing's 100%. We're taking a chance with what we now. People are expecting me to get rid of my videos because this all changed. I probably won't. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not a professional. I'm a YouTuber giving my opinion. I watch enough of this crime crap. I belong to all these crime channels. I'm so tired of the crime. I don't really want to. I don't want to become one of them. Right? If you're around idiots enough, you become an idiot. What if two people went there the same day to do this, and the one dude ran when he heard the shot from the roof and is not the one who took Charlie's life? Yeah, that's possible, Deb. That's possible. There was someone else that who actually took the shot. That's possible. The guy on the roof could have been a low caliber, or the guy in the ground or whatever could have been low caliber. But whoever made the connection, uh, might have been the higher caliber from the roof. The roof guy might not have shot. He might have shot, but it was a low caliber weapon, and the guy on the ground uh, took the shot with a pistol or something higher power. Yeah, possible. It's possible. Charlie has so low that sitting hole. Yeah, he was sitting in that hole. A lot of people are saying, well, could the shot have been made? Yes. But you have to take in consideration there was people standing in front of Charlie, and he was under a tent. So how much of Charlie could that guy see? We have no idea. You'd have to sit somebody in a chair exactly where Charlie was. And this will all be done with forensic. If this goes to court, this will all be seen in court. This is going to be one heck of a court day for you crime channels out there that I belong to. This will all be seen in court, and they should show us. They'll put a guy up on the roof laying down with a 30 cal, and they'll have someone sitting in the chair where Charlie was, and they'll see, and they'll put people in front of them standing, and all them people and everything, and they'll see if they're able to get a clear shot. This will all go through forensic. They'll dissect it, and when the case comes, they'll have all this shown exactly to the pin, like the Kennedy case. Yo, what's up, Bandit? I could not make a shot like that. No way. Well, you have to take in consideration too. Your adrenaline's pumping. You know you're being camped. You filmed somewhere. You know there's probably a high chance that someone's gonna see you, and then you got to take a shot. And at 200 yards, somebody that can shoot really well don't even need a scope at 200 yards. 200 yards with a 30-06 iron sights could probably hit him if you have good enough eyesight. Yeah. Bandit Network TV says he could have been high on meth, drugs, or whatever. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I hope it don't sound like I'm yelling. I get real close to the microphone when I'm talking, and it makes it sound. I got to back off of there. It starts popping. It gets loud. So I got to back off the microphone. I'm not yelling or anything. I'm just voicing my opinion, and I got to keep that in mind. I can't keep moving in on the microphone, or it gets a lot louder. So sorry, sorry, folks. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff. But when people say, "Well, it's impossible," nothing is impossible. And you should be using the Kennedy case as a study sheet. Right? We already seen this. There was, a guy on the grassy knoll. There was a guy up in the, and every, he wasn't, the one that shot him. It was someone else up in the building. It wasn't that. It was the camera guy that was sitting there actually taking the film, the Rapooter film, where people said that that camera was a CIA weapon. Yeah. And it very well could have been. People are like, "Oh, you're crazy. It just can't." Yeah, they pay these people all day long to come up with weapons, to create weapons that you don't even know it's a weapon. Yeah, I'm done with all this stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know this. I don't. You're right. Go about your way. There's nothing to see here. I'm just an idiot, just a mini weight on a couch. And that's it. You want to know about all that high tech stuff? Go to the professionals. I can tell you this much. I watched a video today where they're saying that somebody in the dark arts and witchery and sorcery and some idiots in this country put a curse on Charlie Kirk's right before the shooting. Debbie, I sent you that video. What kind of nut jobs do we have in this country? Crazies. Complete crazies. Yeah. Witchery and sorcery. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I seen the video. Actual proof of it. Yeah. That's what kind of country we live in. It explains my condition. Right? And so many more of this witchery, sorcery crap they're using or whatever. Yeah. Well, it explains it. It explains why our pocketbooks are always empty and we're always the idiots and we don't know what we're talking about. That's fine with me. It got me this far. We probably would have been dead if we were smart. A threat to the great brain. All right, what else did we want to watch, Debbie, on this? Let's watch a little bit more of this guy because this guy might be telling, he might know it. He might know. Yeah, that's probably a microphone, but that, is it possible? Yeah, it dang well is possible. Anything's possible. We're all scared out of our minds. We are all on the edge of breaking.
I could probably pull up entry and exit wounds. Let me Google. Right, and so we're looking at something like this. You see, that's I mean, it's obviously not to scale, but this is what we're looking at, right? We have an exit wound let's call it 38, 50, 357, 9 mil, probably a 9 mil. I assumed when we were first breaking the story, I assumed it was a closer shot than these are all pistol rounds, but something along the lines of a 38. They claim rifle. It sounds like a rifle. Doesn't sound like 30-06. Sounds like something smaller, maybe 5.56, maybe. I wouldn't think 7.62. 7.62 is a little bit deeper.
Now, I have to disagree with this gentleman because depending on where you are standing at the time of the firing of the weapon, it does sound like a high caliber weapon. I'm telling you, it does sound like that, depending on where you are standing. Now, the one film that uh, uh, Paramount Tactics was showing with Gray Hughes today, I think they were live earlier. Uh, there's a kid on the walkway above Charlie, right off to the left hand side, but he's on the walkway. They're above Charlie on the right up right above him where his tent was set up, and the guy takes the shot, and it does sound like a 30-06 weapon, a hunting weapon. It does, high powered. But if you listen to the other videos that came from down lower, it sounds like a pellet gun. And then you hear the impact when they cut and go close to Charlie, where someone's standing in the front row with a phone microphone. It sounds like a high caliber weapon went off. But you have to also take in consideration that it was all concrete buildings around there and glass, and it probably ricocheted. The acoustics around there were probably incredible, and it probably ricocheted throughout that whole place. You really couldn't pinpoint where it came from, and they probably couldn't. They knew it came from behind them somewhere. Uh, you know, I don't even. I looked at some footage. I don't see a flash barrel or anything, but you don't see the guys laying on the roof. Just throwing that out there. Leonard Skinner is in Canada. I think they're on tour, or I thought they were stopping tour.
Sound. But all that being said, kind of irrelevant what the actual caliber of the weapon was um, as we get into it. So we're going to go forward. That's camera 2. We're going to roll to camera 3. Camera 3 is a little bit better quality. We're going to go, like I said, boom, camera 3. This is where camera 3 is being shot from. Back. We're going to take a look at. Oh,
Holy cow!
this is
You
camera
see
3
the
going in
impact
frame
on
by
his
frame.
chest?
And so what you'll see is
Holy
kind of
cow!
the same thing, but a little bit different. So there's your
Wow!
quote unquote body armor that's not there. And then we're going to roll into. All right. First thing I want you to notice, and I didn't think anything of it the first time around.
I'll tell you what. That
I want you to watch his
rocker is
earlobe
going.
as it goes right there. I don't know if you can see that. It's not a lot, but it's enough. And so then we go on. There's a piece that starts to fly back. This is another piece. I was assuming this was blood, but it's not blood.
Wow!
What this is that earpiece, the same earpiece that we were talking about a second ago. This is the same earpiece, right? I was watching this.
What are these things
Boom,
behind
boom.
Charlie,
See,
Debbie?
I thought it was going backwards. We're supposed to be flying away from him. It's flying towards him, right? That's because it's the earpiece. It's attached to him. So when he was hit, most likely, maybe not necessarily in the earpiece, maybe a little bit lower, maybe it hit the jaw. Anyway, the temporary cavity, it causes a temporary cavity. Maybe I can pull that up here. Let me pull up a temporary cavity since we're doing all this. This is a temporary cavity diagram. And so what we're looking at is probably an entry near um, near the base of the ear or the jaw, and then this would it's at an angle, right? So it's gonna what's called yaw inside. So especially if it hits bone, it's gonna be very, very unpredictable. And so what I'm talking about is
Wow.
the cavity would cause
Wow.
the cord to
My
kind of
question
um,
is can you tell me what these things are right behind Charlie? Can any of you tell me what these things are right behind Charlie, angled down towards him? Wow, this is crazy stuff. Now this guy is saying that it's coming from the side and coming through the jaw and everything, or something, and come. I don't know what rings or things. Right here, these black things angled down at Charlie this way, right behind him on the backdrop here, right above his head. These big, giant black things. And what's funny, after the shooting, a guy walks up and takes these away. He takes these away. Wow, this is very interesting. This guy's saying he's talking about something else here though, but the microphone that Charlie had, wire running around. Let's continue to see what this guy's saying.
where's my cord? The cord to kind of pull the shirt, right? And so this is exactly what we're looking at. It would cause the cord to pull a shirt, just like the cord, the wire sends signals. It's gonna catch any kind of reverberations, vibrations, and it's gonna throw itself. And that's exactly what you're seeing here, right? It's throwing itself, right? If you watch, comes out of the ear, goes around, pulls the shirt up, and pulls the rest of the cord with it at the same time, along with that mic that's got it pinned in, right? The mic's pinned in to the shirt or to the cord, wire, whatever you want to call it, irrelevant. Kind of throws itself there. There's your exit wound again, right? And so we're watching this earpiece get thrown. It pulls the shirt, and so there. Oh, so what I want you to notice is this exit wound, and there's blood on the shirt. Again, this is evidence too that this is an exit wound, not just because it's not just because it's about to gush, but also there's blood on the shirt. And if you have an injury wound, it wouldn't have blood on the shirt going in. This doesn't.
Holy crap! So that's an exit wound. So if that's an exit wound, where did that? Where did he get hit from behind? Oh man, that's. Is it plausible? Is it possible? Yes, 100%. Anything is possible. Anything's possible. Wow, he might be right. He might have been hit from the back, and when the bullet came out, it hit it grabbed the wire. It grabbed the wire. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. That would explain why you listen to other people's phones that were closer to Charlie. It sounds a lot louder. Yeah, it's possible. Let me see. Debbie said, wait a minute. Ooh, she retracted a message. What's going on, Deb? This guy is trying hard. Debbie, Debbie, we don't know if he was right. No, we don't. But I'm saying, if he is right, is it capable of doing? Yes. Let's continue to listen to this guy. What's his channel again? If I can read right. Outside the Overton. I do believe I posted his channel in my chat, which I will do that again. Paste. There. All right, there you go. Did I got it in description already? Let me see. If I don't, I'm going to put it in there again. Why not? What the heck? It's free advertising for his channel. Why would people, I don't know why people get mad. I never strike anybody. I have before once, but that was my music stuff. But now let's listen to this dude. Right. This is interesting.
That makes sense. Keep going. It kind of falls over. There's the rest of your earpiece right there behind him, and then goes. I'm not going to show you too much of that, but he starts bleeding after that. We're going to go to camera 4 here, just to let me make sure I got everything from there. Earpiece, extra body armor, angle same. All right, and we're going to go to camera angle 4. Because camera angle 4 is probably the one that's getting most of the recognition here, or some variation of that. Right, this guy in the white hat. His name is Frank Turek. He put a statement out on Twitter. Maybe I'll find it and pull it up. It's kind of irrelevant. His name's Frank Turek. He's been around a long time. I followed him for a long time. I like a lot of his work. Go check him out if you don't mind. His apologetics. Guy, specifically his interview he did with Alice O'Connor. I really like that one. Anyway, Frank Turek, Alice O'Connor. This is Frank Turek. And what's getting a lot of traction here is not only are we going to look at the earpiece again, right? Earpiece flies off. Boom, 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 pulls it with it, and then there goes everything else. What we're going to look at here is a lot of people claiming this is a reflection. It's not a reflection, because of the bullet. It's not a reflection of the bullet. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because, well, the bullet's already there, right? The bullet's already there. There's one frame. It's already there. The reflection would be back towards, like, I don't even know, back towards like here somewhere. That doesn't even make sense. Right? If Frank's here, Cam 4 is here, Frank's here, it would be over here. Anyway, irrelevant to the point. We're going back to a Final Cut. All right. And this is that just, like I said, it just doesn't make sense. Throw that one away. Throw that in the trash. Anybody says that. Are we going to move on back to camera angle 1 and then finish this up? This is camera angle 1, just pulled from a higher portion of the video, right? So if we're looking at this, the bullet is coming in from somewhere in this direction or somewhere in this direction, right? It has to float this way. If we're looking at bullet here, which I think we can confirm given everything else that we've seen.
See the guy in the black shirt, Debbie? You see him
here? So if we're looking here, this is camera angle 1
in the black shirt
up. Let's assume this is a bullet. I think it's safe to say that is the bullet, given this, given this, given this, given everything else.
Yeah, thunder bass.
We can go back to Pixelmator Pro, take a look at this thing. And so we have this shot of Charlie Kirk, and then we have the bullet behind him. The bullet behind him is like right here in angle, somewhere in this vicinity. And so what we have to do is we can track that bullet. Boom. We can track about where that bullet is, give or take. And then we can follow that on here. And so this is what I'm going to show you. I think this is a muzzle flash. But I'm going to show you the problem that I have with it here in a second. Let's assume this is a muzzle flash, right? So look top. Whoa, let me pull you up. So look top left up here. You see this white dot. I want you to see this white dot. It's a single frame. It's a single frame white dot. So we can go. So we can go back, forward. It's a single frame. That's all it is, single frame. But that single frame is very coincidental or that's a muzzle flash. And I'm willing to kind of throw it off as coincidental because we already have our answer to kind of direction of the bullet. It's quite literally not possible to do what was done from a straight on shot. It doesn't happen. It and I would say there's not two shooters. I would say there's a single.
So he's saying it came from over here somewhere. But if that's a muzzle flash, it might be reflecting back on where somebody was on the roof or something. But I don't know. This is pretty wild. This is pretty wild, Debbie. This is too freaky. This theory doesn't make sense. Does anything make sense anymore, Debbie? Does anything make sense anymore? That is just crazy. Is it possible? Sure. Sure. Why do I say that? Because I watched another video where they say they see a bullet coming down and it wisps right past these guys and it's right before it hits Charlie or whatever. Now, did you see the one guy, Debbie, rubbing his arm or something? Let's rewind that a little bit, so we can see that where the guy's rubbing his arms, because they're saying this guy in the white hat here. This guy in the white hat reached up, tipped his hat, and pulled his hair or swiped his hair or something. And as soon as that guy did that, this guy standing behind Charlie here starts what it seemed to me like giving a signal or something. So let's rewind that a little bit, and you can see that. That was pretty crazy, if you ask me.
Or somewhere in this direction. Right? It has to float this way. We're looking at.
Now look at the guy swiping his
here.
arm. See, grabs his arm.
I think we can confirm, given everything else that we've seen.
Now, is it possible a bullet missed
here?
And
so if we're looking here,
this
is camera angle 1 on up. Let's assume this is a bullet. I think it's
someone's saying the bullet.
That is the bullet, given this, given everything else.
The bullet is right there.
We can go back to Pixelmator Pro. Take a look at this. Let's assume this is a bullet.
The bullet's right there, Debbie, right above this guy's phone. Either that's a bullet, that was a missed shot. See this white dot right above that guy's phone? They're saying that's the bullet. Now, either it came from that away or it was a missed shot and it flew by and these guys felt it or something, and they thought it was a bug or something. There is not a bullet flying anywhere. Debbie, look real close, little lady. You see this also right here? This silver thing right here? It looks like it's gonna hit this guy in the arm. That could be the bullet right there. They might have caught it in a still. If not, it's right here above the guy that's holding in the white hat, his cell phone. Right above it, there's a white dot or something, and that could be fragments of it. Debbie, can you see that right there where my mouse is? Could that possibly be it? Or is it over here by this guy with the white hat? And that dot right there is a fragment of the bullet. Debbie says it's zigzagging. I don't know. Someone might have took a shot, Debbie, and they missed, and it hit concrete and fragmented. That's possible. I wouldn't say it's not possible. Yes, I see it, but you can't tell that's a bullet. No, I can't. But they caught it, whatever it is, they caught it in flight. Whatever. It could be a bug, Debbie. It could be a fly for all we know. We don't know. Do I know if that's the bullet? No, I don't know if that's the bullet. Debbie says, I don't believe that this one. Maybe not. Well, we've covered more on this case. And Debbie, thanks for the great questions and your all your thoughts and everything. That was that's great. And anything is possible. Keep that in mind. We have no idea how many people there were. Uh, is it possible it was only one person? That's also possible. I'm not ruling out anything. One person, yeah. If it all shows that, and everybody was gone through, and there wasn't other people, we know there was other people helping them. Now, whether they were there or not, I don't know. I don't know. We won't know until autopsy and ballistics. That's true. That is definitely true, Debbie. That is true. My condolences to his family and children. And it's horrible. Hopefully, we do get down to the bottom of it and we figure out how and why and what. And, it's horrifying. But truth be, you know, life is scary. And these Hershey, anyways, speculation station. How did it go in his back when he was wearing Kevlar? Well, if the shot was up high enough on an angle downward, it hit him in the neck from behind. Went right through the front of him. Yeah, there might be a bullet in the ground in front of him. Came out, exit wound, and it's in the ground somewhere. That's true. That round could have went through the back of his neck, came out the front, hit something and fragmented backwards. And them are the pieces that we're seeing within the footage. That's possible too. That's possible too. Debbie's laughing her little booty off again. That's all right, Miss Fox. I'm just saying it's possible. I wasn't there, but anything is possible when you're a couch potato investigator. And the world we live in, could he have been hit from behind? It came out the front of his neck, hit something, a piece of concrete, a steel, fragmented, and blew back fragments of the bullet to where we caught it on camera thinking it was a bullet. It's just fragments. Yeah, it's possible. I know you're going to make videos out there. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's over half the time. I'm just making my opinion. I'm using the brain that I got left and the intel that I'm seeing to make content. Go check out that gentleman's channel I posted, all the channels I posted in chat, talked about today. Great channels, and it's learning anything. You might learn one thing from that channel, and that's it. You might learn 5 things from watching that guy's channel. Uh, you don't know. You don't know. You know, take it with a grain of salt. Nothing is 100%, and nothing is impossible if you got manpower and money and people in the right places. Yeah. Excuse me. history has done nothing but prove conspiracies are real. With the guy rubbing his arm, Debbie, the guy that's behind Charlie. Yeah, pretty crazy. Maybe the whole thing was planned to make it. You know, there are people out there making videos that are claiming it was staged. It went bad. I didn't say, I'm just repeating the videos I watched. They're out there. I was kind of was agreeing. Now I'm not. That's too far fetched. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know one thing. If we got anything right in any of these crime cases, all glory goes to God Almighty, the great Creator. All right, folks, we are at 1 hour 20 minutes. I think we're going to end this, and we're going to keep going with it. With as information comes out, we'll give it to you. Now, we might get stuff right. We might get stuff wrong here. You know, uh, you know, we're making content. Plus, we're trying to help figure out what happened. Even though we're not professionals, even though we didn't go to police school, FBI school, academies and everything, we're citizens. And some of the most smartest people in the world were just citizens. Albert Einstein was just a citizen. Now, you folks have a great night. I will be back maybe. What time is it? Probably, I don't know. It's 12:30. It's maybe going to do a fire, but I know if we do a fire, Debbie's going to want to talk about more of this case and how she thinks about it. And so she's been all wrapped up in this case. Little lady. Bullets are not programmed to turn all these corners and to get caught flying in the air. It happens. We've caught many bullets in the air, Miss Fox. Debbie says, I'm done. And she's done. Folks, I'm just letting you know, bullets have been caught on camera. And the proof is, look at Mr. President Trump's. They caught that bullet in midair right before it hit Mr. Trump's air. So bullets are caught on camera if you have a fast enough camera. God bless you all. All glory goes to God. I'm going to get off here before Miss Fox gets upset and starts getting angry at me. No, there was other footage that people caught. Actually, there's a Pruder film that we see. I watched a video and they said that the bullet was caught on that also. One of the bullets. Yeah. I looked at it. Yeah, it was caught on film. But he was using a camera that films movies at fast framed camera. He caught the one bullet fragmenting as it hit the curb in that, and it fragmented, and he caught that on film. All right, I will be back. Maybe not. I don't know. You folks have a great night. All glory goes to God. Heal us all. Forgive us for our sins. Thank you for our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil. We know your house is the true house in Jesus' name. And break these curses and spells. Can you believe these people turn to witchery and sorcery to try and kill us all? It's no wonder our manhoods are shriveling up. They cursed us all. Witchery and sorcery. I should have showed you that, but you know what? I think I am going to show the video real quick. No, because I know people probably don't believe me because we're all wackos if we ain't got 1,000,000 subs. No, I want to show you, Debbie. So these people, they think I'm crazy. My God, such thing. Well, tell this guy. Tell this dude. Because we're just viewers.
In the beginning was the Word. Scripture, look at it. Look at it. Scripture is the Word of God, and it's sharper than any two-edged sword. So watch this. You're not going to hear this anywhere else. People have not been connecting the dots, which is why I'm doing this broadcast. This word, a transgender identified subject, with messages written on the bullets. We're talking about the statues of an angel named Moroni, standing atop temples around the world. How this stuff is all connected together. Listen. Underneath it all, there's something going on, and there's this trying to help you understand this philosophical thread, this spiritual supernatural thread that's much older than even Rome, and it's darker than hell, and it's actually Luciferianism. So this might sound like I'm sensationalizing this for clicks, but I promise you, as a lead pastor of a multi-site national church here in America, I've been studying these things for many, many years. And we're going to look at the ancient doctrine of self-deification and rebellion against God and how it's infiltrating our culture. And I'm going to begin to break these things down and dissect them for you. So as you can see on the screen, there is a witch that is basically breaking down this Etsy witch situation. And for those of you who don't understand, I just want to break it down. Make sure you stay with me through this entire broadcast, though, because I'm going to be unlocking this in layers. But on September 8th, 2025, this is so important that you understand this. There's a magazine called Jezebel Magazine. How crazy is that name? And they published an article titled, "We Paid Some Etsy Witches to Curse Charlie Kirk." So again, this is.
Yeah. You heard it yourself, Debbie. I know you were saying, you're crazy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Johnny? You have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, witches, warlocks, demons, Debbie. That's what I'm talking. She's laughing her little booty off. Okay. This woman is unbelievable. I'm trying to help and show her something. They're cursing us. I wasn't really listening to that crap. Woman, look at. You thought I was lying to you. That's the problem with you women. You know it all. Now undo the hex or the voodoo doll spell you got on me and put me back to normal. This is unbelievable. I look horrible. These women, you could at least make me look good. I don't know. And Debbie's saying, but she's dressed up like Halloween. Well, what did you think witches dress up in? Now, what do you think I would say if you came walking in with that outfit on? Yeah. Yeah, go on. Tell me. That's witch costume. Yeah, it's a witch costume. What's it look like? Well, it's kind of sexy, but you wicked wench. Get out of here with the wicked witch wench. Right? I would fight you off. You know how I am. Right? Don't touch me. Get away from me, you wicked wench witch. Yeah. But there you go. Cursing people. Do I believe it? Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. I believe everything. Whether it's real or not, do I believe idiots use it? Yeah. Who is that witch? Wendy. I have no idea who she is. Like I'm supposed to know. Like I'm supposed to know, Miss Fox. I have no idea. I'm telling you, this stuff's real. They're gone crazy. You're telling me I'm crazy, but I'm showing you the proof that they put a curse on them to kill them. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm the crazy one. Go on, post all the ha ha ha. You're crazy. I don't know. Who Debbie wants to know who is that witch, Wendy. I don't know. She owns a hamburger place. Right? That little redhead broad is causing all kinds of trouble everywhere with her hamburgers and chilies and all that. That's the only Wendy I know, right? Really that much. So it's just crazy. It's crazy. Wicca woman, don't run around in Halloween costumes. Well, maybe they should. Maybe they should. That's the problem. How are we supposed to acknowledge their witchery when they're not dressed? We're human men. We're not, we're just men. And you women have to keep that in mind. We have two brains, and we mainly think with the one. So I don't know what to tell you. Debbie, I know it's funny to you, but it's serious to me. It's crazy. You're not supposed to know who is or who isn't. And well, that's the problem. That's the problem. We shouldn't have any. I got to get off here before I get too upset. This is too much for me. It's not hilarious. She's laughing her butt off again. This woman will laugh until the sun comes up. I'm not going to let her sit here and laugh at me getting off this thing before this gets ugly. Now, I want all you folks to have a great night. God bless you. All glory goes to God. God save us from this madness. And we'll see you next video when more info comes out. You've been watching the Johnny Kramer Music Movie Crime DIY. You name it, we do it. If it'll please the people. Debbie quit laughing. And Debbie quit. She's laughing. I don't know. One day she'll learn a lesson. Quit. It's not funny. Oh my God, forget it. Laugh your little heart out, little lady. I might be back with a fire video tonight. Maybe not. Your guess is as good as mine. I can't even make up my own mind anymore. I'm done with this stuff. Where is her exaldron and black cat and her wart on her nose? I don't know. She probably got money. She had the wart removed. The cat she sold because it was pissing all over everything. And whatever the exandrone is, she probably got rid of that too. I don't know. I have no idea. Right? I don't know everything. Jesus does. God does. Let's ask him. Because I don't know. Cauldron. Well, the cauldron, she probably didn't need anymore because it just cost too much to heat up. She dumped it for a microwave. Right? These witches have evolved. They don't need cauldrons. As long as they got a microwave, they're good. And I'm done with it all. It's just gone too far. No, I'm waiting for some dude to ride in on a flying dragon. And it's just gone to, I'm waiting for a Viking ship to come down the street. And a bunch of Vikings jump out in Belvalhalla. And it's just gone too far. I've had enough. Does anyone have any medication out there? I'm going to tell you, I can't deal with these people. My throat's going. They're giving me a throat chakra right now, Debbie. I can feel what these people are doing. Get out of me, you demonic people. Witchery. Yeah, Debbie, it's not. I'm gone. You folks have a good night. God bless y'all. You done drove us crazy. Completely. So crazy, you women out there. We've turned to rubber dolls or whatever they are. What are they called, Debbie? Some kind of torso or something. Horrible. You women have really put us through the test. You folks have a good night. What you know, Valhalla is ruled by God. Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I gotta get off this thing. So I am pretty sure that Charlie is not there. I don't. Yeah, he's a Christian. I don't. This is unbelievable, Debbie. I can't. I'm like they're hitting me with too much throat chakra right now. I know you understand that the throat chakra is really it's getting to me, and what these people have been doing with these curses is just bear with me, Debbie. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.